Welcome to the Coaching Skills Training. This class is geared towards those associates in management and those with leadership roles who have direct reports. Coaching Skills is designed to introduce you to the foundational concepts of coaching and allow participants to begin exploring the impact that these skills can have on them, their direct reports, and the organization as a whole. In this class, participants will explore new skills and best practices and will learn how to create a plan towards a positive, productive, and high-energy culture. So today we'll explore what coaching is, and we will learn how to incorporate these coaching skills in order to achieve results. As this is recorded, we won't have a discussion, but instead I'd like you to pause a moment to think about a time that you experienced a great coach in your life. What about that person made them a great coach? What did they do? How did they behave? What was their intent? A few words that come to my mind when I reflect back on my experience is passion and support. In my situation, my coach constantly pushed me to do better and to truly stretch and test myself. So today we're going to focus on the fuel model. We will discuss when to use these coaching skills and also how we can utilize the skills to create a successful plan moving forward. So what is coaching? Most people think of sports teams when they hear the word. In the sports world, coaches inspire their players to do more than they think they can do. And it's really the same as in the business world. Managers and leaders within organizations tend to be results-driven, but to truly help their associates grow and hit their goals, they will also wear the coach hat. We're going to learn more about some of the skills that will help the leader to make this impact on their team and on the organization as a whole. We're going to focus on the FUEL coaching skills model in this class. FUEL stands for frame the conversation, understand the current state, explore the desired state, and lay out a success plan. The first step is frame the conversation. This step sets the context of the conversation by agreeing on purpose, process, and also the desired outcomes of the discussion. Framing the conversation ensures that both the coach and the coachee are agreeing to be in that same conversation, and they both understand what the conversation is going to be about. To identify the behavior or issue to discuss, you can simply start off by stating, I'd like to talk about this issue, X, Y, or Z. You can also ask, what is the most important thing for us to focus on today? To determine the purpose or outcomes of the conversation, you can state, by the end of the conversation, I would like to accomplish X, Y, Z. And to agree on the process for the conversation, you can simply ask, how does that sound? The second step is understand the current state. You want to explore the current state and get the coachee's point of view. Expanding their awareness can help to determine the real coaching issue. As a coach, you kind of play two key roles during this stage of the conversation. You're acting as a mirror, and you're also being a guide. So you want to ask some open-ended, non-leading questions that will help the coachee have greater insight and clarity. It's important to understand that people are typically not going to want to change until they feel that they need to change. So to help understand the coachee's point of view, some ways you can ask is asking what is working well, or maybe what makes this challenging for you. In determining the consequences of continuing on the current path, some of the things you can ask are, what impact is this having on you? What impact is it having on others? What are maybe some of the long-term implications? And as a coach, you can then offer your perspective by asking first, could I share some observations that I've made with you? The third step is explore the desired state. In this step, the coach and coachee are going to work together, and they're going to discuss the vision for success, along with the different routes that could possibly be taken to getting there. They're then going to work to prioritize the methods of achieving this vision. So it's important to remember, as the coach, not to rush the coachee into problem solving. If it's a more slow and deliberate process, it's really going to help to create the ideal vision and help to generate some alternatives. So to understand the vision for success, you could simply ask, what would you like to see happen? Or what would your ideal state look like? You can set goals and performance expectations by asking simply, what are your goals? Or what would you like to accomplish? Or if you'd like to offer some up, saying something like, here's how I see it. Exploring possible barriers, you can ask, what are some of the major barriers preventing this change from happening? Or maybe what is the biggest resistance for you? The fourth step is lay out a success plan. You want to identify specific action steps to be taken to achieve the desired results. You also want to determine some milestones for following up and accountability. Some simple questions for this. To help to develop and agree on an action plan, you could ask, what specific actions will help you achieve your goal? What will your first step be? You can enlist support by asking, how can I support you? Or how can others support you moving forward? Setting milestones for follow-up and accountability, you could say, let's review the plan, or simply ask, when should we touch base on this again? So when should you use these skills? There's a few examples here. When you have tough feedback you need to provide to a direct report, if you're having trouble building trust, maybe facilitating career planning discussions, and also assisting in solving performance issues. You can really use these coaching skills in any interaction with your direct reports, which is the great thing. So we've touched briefly on the fuel model, and now you'll have some more opportunity to revisit the material and practice these skills. The next part of this training would be to complete a 10-minute e-learning course that once again delves into that fuel model and provides tips and tools for each step. Once that has been completed, you would then meet with your assigned learning groups to practice these skills, utilizing the scenarios that you've been provided. Following that, within about 30 days, you will meet with your manager or supervisor to discuss how you have used these new coaching skills. So be prepared to share a specific example. Your supervisor will continue to check in with you during your future meetings to see how things are going and really to evaluate how the skills have been implemented. If you would like additional information, you could check out The Extraordinary Coach by Jen Zenger and Kathleen Stinnett. And in this book are more examples and resources for you to help you out with the coaching model. Thank you for your time today, and have a great night.